We'll take a look at this stunning time lapse captured by Corey Gherkin in Littlefield, Texas on Friday. Yeah, that is a monster of a storm. Also, we had reports of softball-sized hail with this tornado as well. So this tornado-warning storm, it was a scary one as it ripped its way across the area. And we could be facing a widespread tornado outbreak as we head into Monday, just like Ari had mentioned. So let's dive a little more into the details, shall we? Because it's not just Monday, it's also tomorrow. So tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, this is going to be likely the start of the severe weather outbreak, and one that could be, unfortunately, a very intense one at that. So it's a level 2 threat for Sunday. Of course, it is now a level 4 threat for Monday. So that's a significant concern, that moderate risk that was just upgraded by the Storm Prediction Center as of this morning. And then Tuesday, we drop it back down to a level 2 threat, but it is an expansive zone of real estate. Let's break it down day by day, though. So for tomorrow, the threat stretches from border to border, so the Canadian border all the way down south to Texas. That level 2 threat, though, that is confined in states like Nebraska, as well as portions of far southern South Dakota, and even just a few counties in far northwest Kansas. Biggest issue, though, is going to be for, of course, damaging winds, some large hail. We also could see a few tornadoes. Here's that cutoff low, that large trough pivoting its way right out of the Rockies. So as it does so, it's going to be swinging into the plains, and it will be meeting up with a lot of warm, moist, and stable air. There's also a lot of wind shear present in the atmosphere, both Sunday and certainly by Monday. So wind shear is the change in speed and direction of height with wind, and so again, that's that perpendicular motion that takes place, and that is unfortunately what likely or oftentimes does produce tornadoes. Now, the overall kind of moisture that's surging to the north, notice how far to the north it's making it. So typically this time of the year, we see severe weather in states like Texas, of course, where we've seen it, Oklahoma, my home state of Kansas, but we've got moisture that's going to be surging well up into the upper Midwest, which is somewhat, just a tad bit on the unusual side. So that's why, again, this overall threat, it is positioned and displayed so far to the north as opposed to our recent rounds of severe weather. The overall kind of available storm energy, it's also going to be abundant throughout the day on our Sunday. And what we are concerned with in terms of the overall kind of timing and how this will all play out is the fact that we'll have what we call a cap in place. So essentially it's a warm layer of air aloft, and that kind of acts as a lid. So you think about boiling a big pot of water, right, on a stove, and you have the lid on, and then if you go over and you lift the lid off, well, then of course you have all the steam and everything just bubbles right on up. That's kind of exactly what takes place in the atmosphere. And so once we have that cap erode, well, then most likely we could have the explosive development of those thunderstorms. This particular model, so our Fox model, is highlighting that that could be occurring right around 7 to 8 o'clock at night. So near Salina, Kansas, over to Omaha, they will be discrete and semi-discrete in nature, so they're those more individual storms. They could also congeal into a line as we head later on into the day. Then we talk about Monday, and I know, Ari, this is something that you particularly feel very passionately about, and for good reason, because of the fact that it is a level 4 threat, and for portions of the country that have not really had to deal much in the way of severe weather over the last several months.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a big deal. This is not a part of the country that you generally see these types of outlooks this time of year. You know, normally when we get into the summer severe weather season, like late June, July, that's when you start to see the outlooks farther up toward the north like this. But this is looking like a pretty nasty setup, and I feel pretty comfortable saying I think there's a good chance that we're going to have a tornado outbreak.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, just in knowing you and following your career, Ari, you don't say the word outbreak a whole lot.
No, I don't like to hype.
You are not a hyper, and so that means something. I think there's a lot of weight when you say that, and you mean it authentically, and so you should be prepared for that. And also, like you said, St. Paul in Minnesota is in a different place or on a different level criteria as Minneapolis is. Same thing with some of those areas further south, you know, Wichita, Kansas City. You're still probably going to get some pretty bad stuff, so maybe don't just focus on the 4 out of 5 area.
Yeah, totally agree with that. I mean, it's going to be a bad day any way you cut it. Humongous hail, straight line damaging wind. Probably some tornadoes, too, in fact.
Yes, some strong to intense tornadoes.
Yeah, we'll have some tornadoes for sure. Some of them could be long track.